Alright guys, we are working on lesson 26 today. We're going to continue to divide. I know that the area model is still something we need to work on. We're going to do that Monday and Tuesday when I get back. So we're going to continue talking about division. Today we're going to talk about division when we have those multiples of 10, 100, and 1000. We're going to look at some patterns that we can use to help us. Again, if you're still worried about the area model, don't worry, we're going to come back to it. So just kind of put a pause on it and we're going to come back to it. But today we're going to look at some strategies we can use for dividing when we have those multiples of 10, 100, and 1000. So we're going to do a couple of examples. I have given you the template, the place value chart template, so that you can actually do these examples with me. So when I get this back on Monday, I expect to see these examples done on your paper with me, okay? And then we'll go through, I'm actually going to go through the remainder of this packet that you have with you. I'm going to go through it with you. That way there's no confusion on what to do and things like that. So let's go ahead and jump right in. We have a place value chart. Go ahead and section it off into 3 parts. We're going to do 3 examples. Excuse me. Alright, we're going to do 3 examples. We're going to do 9 divided by 3, 90 divided by 3, and 9,000 divided by 3. And to get a visual and to get the understanding of our patterns going, we're going to model these, okay? And we're also going to use unit form to help us understand what we're doing a little bit better. And unit form is just when we use numbers and words together. It's like when we mix word form and number form, or standard form, when we mix those together. So we're going to use that to help us out a little bit here. So here I have 9 divided by 3, and so that is 9, just 9. So that means that I have 9 ones divided by 3. So below it, I'm actually going to write that out. 9 ones divided by 3. Okay. And on my place value chart, I'm going to model 9 ones divided by 3. So first, I'm going to model 9 ones. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 9 ones here, and I need to split them. I need to divide that by 3. So that means that I'm going to divide my 9 ones into 3 groups, okay? And so I'm going to draw another little line right here because this is going to show where I'm actually making my 3 groups, okay? So as I look at each of these ones, I'm actually going to cross them off. So as I group each one of these 9 ones into one of my 3 groups that I'm going to create, I'm going to cross it off. That way I know what which I've done and which I need to still put into a group. So I'm going to have 3 groups. So I'm just going to start. Here's one group. All right, there's one of my 9 ones. Here is another group. There's another one. Okay, and so on. So I've started now 1, 2, 3 groups, and I'm going to keep going until I have used all of my ones that I am dividing by 3. So until I've used all 9 of my ones, I'm going to keep going. So another one, another, and another. All right, looks like I have enough to keep going, so I'm going to do the same thing. Remember, we're dividing by 3, so I'm creating 3 groups. Okay, and so when I'm looking for my quotient, when I'm looking for my answer, I am thinking, okay, 9 ones divided by 3. I'm gonna just look at one of these groups. How many ones was in one of my 3 groups? And so it just so happens that there's 3 ones in each group. Okay, so 9 ones divided by 3 is going to be 3, but again, we're going to keep that unit form in mind, so it's going to be 3 ones. Okay, 9 ones divided by 3. We took those 9 ones and we put them into 3 equal groups. Each group had 3 ones. Okay, and so we need to note that we had 3 ones in each group. Okay, now 9 divided by 3, hopefully we already knew that mentally, and so drawing this model was just kind of getting an understanding of how to do the model. Okay, So 9 divided by 3. Now we're going to use this same information, this same knowledge, and we're going to see what we can do to apply that to 90 divided by 3. So again, we are going to continue to use our place value chart, but now we have 90 divided by 3. Okay, and so 90 divided by 3, all right, instead of 9 ones, what do we think we're going to have here? 90, is it going to be 9 ones or probably 9 tens? Yes, 9 tens. So I'm going to rewrite it. I have 9 tens divided by 3. Okay, and so just like I did before, I'm going to move it up, okay, and I'll label that this is our tens. This is our ones. Okay, since I'm out of the frame up here, I'm going to put that there for you guys. So I have 90 divided by 3. We've said that's 9 tens divided by 3. So really what I'm about to do is take this same model and I'm going to put it in the tens place, because now instead of 9 ones, I have 9 tens. I'm going to walk you through it one more time. Okay, but for those of you that are understanding, you can go ahead and draw it. All right, we have 9 tens this time. So instead of the 9 ones we had up here, we're going to have 9 tens down here. Okay, so let's go ahead and do. We have 9 tens. Alright, I'm going to draw a line where I'm actually going to show my division of 3 groups. Alright, and just like before, I'm going to cross off as I go. Alright, so we've got 1, 2, 3, and there are 3 groups are dividing by 3, so there are 3 groups, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to keep going until all of my 9 tens are crossed off. Oop, I got ahead. There we go. Alright, so I have my 9 tens grouped into 3 groups, and again, 9 divided by 3 is still 3, but this time I don't have 3 ones in each group, I have 3 tens in each group. So 9 tens divided by 3 is going to now be 3 tens. Alright, and 3 tens is equal to what? 3 tens is equal to 30. Okay, 3 tens is equal to 30. Alright, now 90 divided by 3, 9 divided by 3 is 3. Let's start thinking about what patterns can we use. What patterns can we use? What are we recognizing? Alright, let's go on down. Alright, this time we have 9,000 divided by 3, and here I will label these. I'm going to abbreviate. So that you guys can keep up. Alright, I'm sorry for this random line that copied on your paper. I'm not really sure what was going on with the copier, but here we go. So we have our thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones. This time I have 9,000 divided by 3. Okay, and again, I want to write it in unit form because that's going to help me out. Alright, 9,000 is going to be 9 what? What do we think? We had 9 ones up here, 9 tens. Now I have 9,000, so I'm going to have 9 thousands. Okay, and we're dividing that by 3. 9 thousands divided by 3. So I still have 9. I'm still dividing by 3, but I have to keep in mind I've got 9 thousands. So instead of drawing my model in the ones or the tens or even the hundreds, I'm going to want to draw my model in the thousands place. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my 9 thousands. Okay. And I'm going to divide just like I did before. Alright, so I need 3 groups, and I'm going to cross off as I go along. Alright, and so once again, 9 divided by 3 is still 3. But again, I don't have 9 ones anymore. I don't even have 9 tens or 9 hundreds. I have 9 thousands. So my 9 thousands divided by 3 is going to be 3, but it is 3 thousands. Okay, so I have 3 thousands. Alright, which is equal to 3,000. 3,000. Okay, and so what we do here is we use our patterns that we are familiar with place value to help us out. And so the unit form is also very helpful because it can help us break down what division problems are a little bit easier for us to manipulate, okay, or work with. Alright, so what you're going to do with this now is we're going to take this and we're going to apply these to our problem set. And I'm going to do a couple of the problem set problems with you guys as well, because there's some problems in the problem set that go a little bit deeper, okay, that go a little bit deeper than this, but we're gonna use our number sense to help us out. Alright, so go ahead and flip your page over. Alright, go ahead and flip your paper over. Okay, again, I'm not really sure what was going on with this line, so just we'll be able to read it still. Okay, it says solve for the quotient, rewrite each in unit form. Okay, so we're basically, you need to write it in unit form, and what's awesome is you've got examples already provided for you of what that unit form looks like. So let's go ahead and look at number 3, part A. We have 800 divided by 2. Okay, and it went ahead and gave you the whole example equals 400. So it said 8 hundredths divided by 2 equals 4 hundredths. Okay, hopefully you're able to now see that those 8 hundredths come from 800. All right, and so these match. All right, and then we can now say, okay, so 8 divided by 2 equals 4, and I'm just going to carry that hundreds, those hundreds, I'm going to carry them down. So instead of 8 divided by 2 equals 4, I have 8 hundredths divided by 2 equals 4 hundredths. Okay, and so that's what we're going to do moving forward, is we're going to use unit form, and we're going to be able to use our math facts to help us divide rather than having to compute with large numbers. Okay, so let's look at part B. 600 divided by 2. Okay, 600 is actually 6 what? 6 hundredths. Alright, and I'm dividing by 2. Okay, so 6 hundredths divided by 2. I'm going to think in my brain, okay, 6 divided by 2, okay, 6 divided by 2 is 3, but I've got these hundreds. So it's going to actually be 3 hundredths. Alright, and 3 hundredths is equal to 300. Okay, 3 hundredths is equal to 300. Alright, what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to actually pause the video for about 30 seconds, and I want you guys to do part C and part D. Okay, do part C and part D. Alright, do part C and part D. We are going to pick back up here when you hit play again. We're going to pick back up over here. Alright, so take 30 seconds to a minute, maybe 2 minutes if you need it, and do part C and part D. Alright, we're going to pick back over here on part E. Alright. Alright, hopefully you've gone ahead and done part C and part D. I'm not going to do them all with you. I want to see you guys do some work on your own. Alright, so hopefully you've done C and D already. Let's look at part E. This is what I was talking about a few minutes ago. We have to go a step beyond now. Okay, and so now we've got to think a little bit beyond just hundreds or thousands. We have to incorporate some other things with us. Alright, so this first problem is kind of setting us up. Alright, because we have 300 divided by 6. 3 hundredths, alright, 3 hundredths divided by 6. 3 divided by 6 is not something that I'm prepared to do in 4th grade math. Alright, so I have to break it down into a way where I can divide it. Alright, and so when I look at 300 divided by 6, I can't divide 3 by 6, but I can divide 30 by 6. Alright, I can divide 30 by 6. So I'm thinking in my brain, okay, what can I do to manipulate this problem or decompose these numbers so that I'm working with 30 divided by 6. Okay, 30 divided by 6, I could make 30 tens. Okay, 30 tens divided by 6. 30 tens, what is 30 tens equal to? 30 tens. If I have 30 tens, how much do I have? I hope you were thinking 300, because that's absolutely correct. I have 30 tens in 300. So instead of thinking 300, I can think, okay, this is 30 tens. So 30 tens divided by 6, I now am thinking 30 divided by 6. And 30 divided by 6 is 5. Alright, but instead of hundreds, I'm now thinking those 30 tens, okay, 30 tens divided by 6 is 5 tens. And 5 tens is equal to 50. Alright, 5 tens is equal to 50. Alright, 5 tens is equal to 50. Alright, let's look at part F. Alright, we have 240 divided by 4. Alright, 240 divided by 4. Alright, again, I want to break this down so that I can work with a division problem that I am familiar with. Okay, and so when I look at this problem, I see 24 divided by 4. Alright, but I can't say 24 hundredths. That's not correct. I have 240. Alright, 240 would mean that I'm going to have 24 tens. Alright, and I'm dividing that by 4. 24 tens divided by 4. Alright, 24 tens divided by 4. So now I can think in my brain, alright, what is 24 divided by 4? Alright, and again, I'm hoping we're getting familiar with our math facts, and we're starting to see that we can also have division facts, just like we have multiplication facts. Okay, so 24 divided by 4 is 6, but it's going to be 6 tens. Okay, 6 tens. And 6 tens is equal to 60. Alright, 6 tens is equal to 60. Alright. Alright. We're going to do one more. Okay, and then you guys are going to do the last one in this row on your own. Alright, so let's do the next one. It is 450, alright, divided by 5. With 450 divided by 5, I see in my brain, I see 45 divided by 5. But I got to figure out a way to make that true in this problem, because I don't have 45 divided by 5. I actually have 450 divided by 5. So I need to figure out, how can I make this true? I'm bleeding through a little bit. 45 divided by 5. Alright, how can I make this true? Alright, so 450, that would be 45 tens. So 45 tens divided by 5. And now I can think that 45 divided by 5. 45 divided by 5 is 9, but I'm going to have 9. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. There we go. 45 divided by 5 is 9, but it's going to be 9 tens. Alright? And 9 tens is equal to 90. Alright? Now, I know that some of us are struggling with the concept of decomposing or breaking apart numbers. And I'm going to tell you guys, that's actually one of my favorite parts about math, is that we can break numbers apart and we can make them easier for us to work with based on how our brains work. Because the way I like to break numbers down, and the way you like to break numbers down, and the way your neighbor likes to break numbers down, it's all different. But we can go different routes and get to the same place. It's like I've told you all in class before. There's more than one way to get to Walmart. There's more than one way to decompose numbers, and there's more than one way to solve. Alright? So when you are doing these problems, I want you to think about them as a puzzle. Okay? We're breaking these numbers apart into pieces so that it's easier to manage. We don't have to think about one big number all together at the same time. We can break it down into parts that are easier for us to manipulate, easier for us to work with our particular skill set as fourth graders. Okay? So go ahead and do this problem. Pause the video for about a minute. Get this problem done. Okay, I believe it's part H. Yes, go ahead and do part H. We're going to pick back over here. Alright, we're going to pick back over here on part I. Okay, so pause the video, complete part H, and we will pick back up over here on part I. Alright, part I. We have 3,600 divided by 4. Again, I want to manipulate this problem so that I can work with it in the most efficient way possible. So I have 3,600 divided by 4. What stands out in my brain is 36 divided by 4. Alright, and in order to make that work, alright, I can't have 36 divided by 4. That's a different value. Alright, we need to make sure we have the same value. That's the only thing when we're breaking numbers apart. We can do it in different ways, but we have to make sure that however we break our numbers apart, we're getting to the same value in the end. Alright, so 36 divided by 4 is what pops out in my brain, but I need to make this work for this problem. It's 3,600, okay, and so we have 3,600. I need 36, and in order to do that, 3,600 is going to be 36 hundreds, okay, and hopefully this row will be a little bit easier to manipulate because a lot of us are accustomed to hearing numbers in the thousands referred to as 3,600, 1,500, 1,600, and so on, and so that's how we're going to break this down. Alright, so instead of 3,600, you can think in your brain now, okay, 36 hundreds. Alright, so I have 36 hundreds divided by 4. 36 divided by 4 is 9. Alright, and I'm going to have 9 hundreds. Okay, and 9 hundreds is 900. Oh, I'm sorry guys, I think we got a little blurry again. There you go. Alright, and so this row hopefully will be a little bit easier, like I said, because we're familiar with that language of 3,600, 1,500, 2,400, and 4,000 here. You can hopefully use the patterns that you've done along the way to answer that one on your own. Okay, so I want you to take the next 2 to 3 minutes and I want you to finish part J, K, and L on your own. Okay, J, K, and L on your own. Alright. Alright, for number 4, we have a very a short word problem. It's a one-step word problem. Alright, it's a one-step word problem. So we're going to look at this one together, and then you guys are on your own for the remainder of the problem set and the exit ticket. I will walk you through directions, but in terms of work, you guys are on your own. Alright, so some sand weighs 2,800 kilograms. It is divided equally among 4 trucks. How many kilograms of sand are in each truck? Okay, so we have some sand and it weighs 2,800 kilograms. It is divided equally among 4 trucks. How many kilograms of sand are in each truck? Okay, so I have a certain amount of sand. Okay, and I'm just drawing a visual. Alright, I have a certain amount of sand. Alright, and that sand is going to be divided among 4 trucks. So that means I'm going to have 4 equal parts. Alright, and I've got to figure out how much is in each of those parts. Okay, and I know that I have 2,800 kilograms. Okay, so the division problem that I'm going to set up is going to be based exactly off this problem. Now a lot of you are thinking, Ms. Smith, this is a tape diagram, this is addition and subtraction. Absolutely, okay, but we can use tape diagrams for various things, okay, and in this case we've got a situation where we're dividing which is the same thing as repeated subtraction. So I don't want you to get confused and think, oh my gosh, a tape diagram means we're subtracting or means we're adding, okay? Because our operations are related, okay, we can use a tape diagram for many things, all right? So I have 2,800 kilograms. I need to figure out how much sand is going in each truck, and there are 4 trucks, and each truck is getting the same amount, okay? And so it is divided equally. All right, divided equally. Those are the key words that tell you that we are dividing in this problem. Okay, and so how many kilograms of sand are in each truck? I am dividing equally among those 4 trucks. So I'm going to take my 2,800 kilograms, all right, and I am going to divide by 4 trucks. I'm going to divide by 4 trucks. All right, and so again, I'm going to use that unit form and those patterns that I'm familiar with, and I'm going to divide. So in my brain, I see 28 divided by 4. Okay, so I'm going to figure out what do I need to do to make this work. All right, so 2,800. Again, hopefully the language will help us out because we're accustomed to saying 2,800 here. Okay, so I'm going to do exactly that. I'm going to write 28 hundredths. Okay, and I am dividing by 4. Alright, so 28 divided by 4, alright, is 7. Alright, but it's not just 7, it is 7 hundredths. Alright, and those 7 hundredths, that is equal to 700. Alright, 700. So, I'm going to rewrite my answer in a statement. So, each truck will have 700 kilograms of sand. And I am abbreviating kilogram as kg. Okay, hopefully we remember that. We remember that from our metric conversions in trimester 1. Okay, but if not, here's a refresher. All right, kilograms is kg. All right, if I went over that a little too quickly, feel free to rewind and watch it again. All right, this was a one-step division problem. All right, hopefully, not hopefully, for the most part, we're pretty good at the one-step problems. All right, and just understand that we are going to continue to work on those word problems even into trimester 2. Even though it's not a competency for trimester 2, we are going to continue to practice on our word problems for the rest of the school year, because whether they'll be 1-step, 2-step, 3-step, or even 4-step, those are the types of problems you're going to see on the Georgia Milestones in April. We're going to see word problems, word problems, word problems. So they are here to stay. All right. Now, like I promised, you guys are on your own for the rest, but I am going to walk you through the directions. Since I am not there, I want to make sure that you guys are clear, 100% clear, and the directions are completely explicit so that you guys know what to do, and you don't have to come back and say you didn't understand. All right, so you guys should have done, all right, part C and D on your own. You should have done part H on your own. Alright, you should have done J, K, and L on your own. Everything else I have done for you, so when I get your papers on Monday, I expect to see your papers to look like this. Alright, with these completed on your own. Alright, go ahead and flip it over. Alright, you have 2 word problems here to work. This one, I apologize for that line, but it is still legible. It is still readable. It says Ivy has 5 times as many stickers as Adrian has. Ivy has 350 stickers. How many stickers does Adrian have? So I'm going to go on and tell you, with this problem, we're accustomed to the 5 times as many, meaning multiplication. Okay, but I'm going to give you a hint. They already tell you what is 5 times bigger. We're having to work backwards in this problem. Okay, and so that's my hint to you, is that we are working backwards. We're going in the opposite direction than we're accustomed to. So rather than multiplying, I'm going to give you the hint that you're going to need to do the opposite of what we're accustomed to doing. So you're going to need to do the opposite of multiplication. I'll let you guys determine from there. Alright, and number 6. it says an ice cream stand sold $1,600 worth of ice cream on Saturday, which was 4 times the amount sold on Friday. How much money did the ice cream stand collect on Friday? Okay, again, just like with the problem before, it is the opposite of our thinking. It says that $1,600 was 4 times the amount. Okay, and so it's not asking to find what is 4 times the amount. It says no, this is 4 times the amount. So that means, again, we're going to work backwards. You're going to do the opposite of what you're accustomed to doing. Okay, you're going to do the opposite. So the opposite of multiplication is, right? Hopefully we can remember that. All right, so you have these 2 word problems to do on your own. All right, then you have the exit ticket. That is your next page. I would like for you to complete the exit ticket 100% on your own. Okay, you have 4, not even 4. That one's pretty much done for you. You're filling in 1 blank. Don't forget about that blank. All right, you are filling in this row on your own. I need to see your answer, and I also need to see the unit form written here. I know a lot of you are like, Miss Smith, I know how to do this. I can do it in my head. I need to see that you can do a unit form here. Okay, I promise there's a reason for the madness. Okay, I need you to do it for me. So write the unit form. It says it in the directions. Okay, write the quotient and write it in unit form for me. Alright, and then you have a word problem here. Hudson and 7 of his friends found a bag of pennies. There were 320 pennies, which they shared equally. How many pennies did each person get? So let me say that again. Hudson and 7 friends. Okay, Hudson and 7 friends. So Hudson, I'm going to give you a hint. Hudson is 1 person. Alright, and, okay, 7 friends. So 1 and 7, or 1 plus 7, hint hint, wink wink. Okay, Hudson and his friends. Alright, Hudson and his 7 friends. Alright, when you finish your exit ticket, only when your exit ticket is finished and the rest of your work is done, then you guys have a multiplication maze to complete. Alright, if you're in the pink group or the orange group, you've done one of these already. Alright, but I'm going to go through the directions just for clarity for everyone. Alright, the directions are on here, but I'm going to tell you. Alright, first of all, you're going to start where it says start. Alright, then it says move left, right, up, or down to follow the path of the true math facts. Color the boxes to mark your path. Alright, now the crayons, colored pencils are at the front of the room. Please do not put those colored pencils in my pencil sharpener. Please don't put the colored pencils in my pencil sharpener. Okay, but again, you're going to start at start. You really just need 1 crayon. Alright, you're going to start at start, and you are going to move up, down, left, or right to the true facts. Please don't just fill in randomly. I want you to follow the maze. Okay, we're going to play the game. We're going to follow the maze. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get you started. So right here it says start. I can either move to the right or I can move down. So I'm going to pick which one is the true fact. I have 4 times 8 equals 32. That seems true to me, but I'm going to double check. Alright, 2 times 4 is not 10, so I know that 4 times 8 is 32 is the way I need to go. So I'm just going to shade that in. Alright, I'm going to shade that in. And again, I can either move right or down. Alright, and I'm going to follow the true facts all the way until I get to the finish in the opposite corner. Okay, now, for some of you, this may not take you very long, and that's okay. Alright, when you finish this, if you finish this and there's time remaining in class, you guys can get on IXL. You guys can get on IXL, or if you need to finish the virtual learning day activities from USA Test Prep, this would be a great time to do that as well. I don't anticipate you being done with these things before the time it's time to transition, considering this video is now at about 33.5 minutes. But if you do finish, you do have those options to get on IXL or to get on USA Test Prep for math. Okay, make sure that we are following directions and being respectful today. I should have mentioned that at the beginning of the video, but I'm mentioning it now. Please make sure that we're being respectful, and we are being respectful not only of the adult in the classroom, but of all the materials and things that are available. Make sure that whether you complete your work or not, you are turning it into your pocket, and please do not forget to put your name on your paper. Okay, please make sure you put your name on your paper. All right, please make sure you put your name on your paper. All right, you guys will see me in another, well, see my hand in another video tomorrow, and you guys will see my face on Monday. Please make sure that you guys are having a fabulous day. Okay, whether it's the morning or the afternoon, please make sure you're having a fabulous day, and I look forward to a wonderful report on Monday.